The Sonoran Desert is the hottest desert in the United States, and having tried to escape the cold all winter, it was the perfect place for our latest overland trip, along the Pacific Crest Overland Route. We are back out in the desert, and behind me, we actually got the Mexican border just over the road there. I've got Nick and Jessica in the F-150 Tremor. You can check them out on Instagram, it's Nick_exploring, and then I've got my Tundra, which is just freshly modified. Andreas is in there with me, he just helped me air it down, and you can see him on Instagram at Drede_Lander. And we're getting ready to basically head north through the desert here along the Pacific Crest Overland Trail. The route starts along the sandy banks of the Coachella Canal, which is slow going due to the bumps and whoops. As it falls away across the open desert, the road smooths out with patches of soft sand that are a lot of fun to drive. Well, it's getting late, so we're going to start thinking about trying to find a place to camp. I think we're about to get onto pavement for a little bit and then it goes back off into the sand, so we might end up camping in the sand. So far today, the Tundra has been fantastic. It does really well in the sand, hasn't got bogged down at all. And with the exception of some of the whoops, the lift and the tires have been great. There have been a couple of times I bottomed out. If we hit a whoop really hard, I think the front ones have bottomed out, and that's on 35s, so I can't imagine what it would have been like on 37s, which is what I originally wanted to put on here. Off Highway 78 is the Osborne Overlook. This incredible viewpoint allows you to look out over the expansive dune field, and is a mixing spot for off-road drivers and photographers, who all come out here for the sunset. Alright, we found ourselves a nice little place to camp just as the sun's setting. We've got wilderness area just ahead of me, and then it's BLM here, and they've got railroad tracks right there. Apparently it's not the most peaceful spot because trains go past all night, but it's beautiful. Got mountains off in the distance, and the weather here is fantastic. It's like 75 degrees right now, no wind. I'm happy. As we ate dinner around the propane fire pit, we noticed a couple of glowing eyes watching us from the dark just outside of camp. fucking bear spray.
Dude, I don't have any fog spray.
Fog spray. I see where
Guys,
it's
we
come
just dodged
closer.
a bullet. That's right, we're probably over their house, dude. He's like, you parked on my den?
This ended up being not such a bad spot after all. We had maybe like 4 or 5 trains go by in total. 3 or 4 of them were overnight, and they were loud, they woke us up, but it wasn't so bad since it was just 3 or 4 times. So now we're getting packed up, and then we're going to continue heading north, hopefully making up to Joshua Tree tonight. Feel sorry for Jessica. She's driving behind me and it's so dusty. There's no way she can see a thing. As we left the dirt roads, Nick told us he knew a couple of interesting places to visit around the Salton Sea. I'll let you lead since you know where you're going. First stop was Salvation Mountain, just outside of Slab City.
It's created by Mr. Leonard Knight. He was born in 1931. He accepted Jesus at 36. And he didn't mess around.
The 50-foot tall mountain is constructed out of mud and straw bricks, waste car parts and tires, and an enormous amount of paint. After night passed in 2014, volunteers took over maintaining the mountain and protecting it from the harsh desert. Further north is Bombay Beach. The area was originally a thriving tourist destination, but environmental issues with the Salton Sea led to its decline in the 70s. Today, it attracts people to see its odd art features, such as the Bombay Beach drive-in movie theatre. We just stopped for lunch, and it's not stupid hot. I think it's in the 70s, but the sun is just beating down. It makes me wish I had some kind of awning. Right now, I've got like it's the CBI crossbars on here, which is not ideal for my setup. If you're gonna have those, you either need to have the long bed with the long tent, or the short tent with the short bed. And obviously I've gone with a different combination here. Good thing is that CBI will obviously at some point be coming out with their bed rack, the full height one. So I'm going to switch that out onto here, and then the tent will overhang. But the point of saying all of this is I think I need an awning, and I really want to get one of those 270-degree awnings because they look cool and easy to set up, tons of shade, great for eating lunch when you're somewhere like this. had a lot of people question getting a full-size truck for overlanding. Most of the time, it's not an issue, but occasionally, things get tight. With the help of the cameras, I made it through. Just. Ooh, that was tight. We've reached the end of the sandy, rocky trail right here. You got a highway behind me, and we're gonna get on that, and I think we basically take that up to Joshua Tree, or just south of Joshua Tree, where I have a campsite marked on Gaia. And I don't actually remember marking this campsite, so I have no idea if it's a good one or not, but that's where we're gonna head, because at least we know we can get there before dark. So should be there around 5, I think. Switch over to two-wheel drive just as I hit the pavement. There we go. That's good. A lot of people camped out here. What I'm hoping is all of the RVs and everything are right here, right at the edge next to the paved road, and then as we go further in, we escape them. We finally found ourselves a spot to camp right here on some BLM land just south of Joshua Tree, which starts like 100 feet over there. It's not a bad spot. The best spot, there's a little RV out there on the end. They've got the best spot because they've got great views up and down the valley, mountains in the distance. There was another spot that we found earlier on up that way, closer to the national park entrance, and it's down a little side road, but people had set up camp right in the middle of that side road, blocking everyone else from getting through there, and they had this little camper set up like completely in the middle, so we couldn't go there. But this place will do. It's not as nice, so if you come out here, there are better spots. So we're gonna set up, we're gonna cook dinner, and I'm actually gonna help Andreas because he.
Hey, can you check your pockets, see if you don't have it, if you didn't grab yours, because it looks like mine.
He's lost his cell phone.
Yeah, not a good place to lose it though.
No, somewhere out here. It might be in my pocket.
That's what I mean.
You want me to look?
Yeah. That's yours. No, don't put this on tape.
It's on camera.
No. Where is it? Call it again.
So I just called his phone and I know where it is.
I don't know your truck.
It might be exactly where I told him where it is.
All right, Rob.
Do I have to call it again?
It was funny for a little bit. Oh. Okay.
Amazing. And what's it connected to?
I had no idea.
What's it connected to?
Nothing.
The charger that it was plugged into the whole time. Right before going to bed, we looked over the map of Joshua Tree and picked out some trails for the next day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because you don't want to miss it.